Hello, Flosstube! I first would like to open this video by saying, since the last video in which you saw me feeling really blue because of some personal drama that was going on, things have gotten better, but at the same time, there's been stuff that happened. I'll go into part of it a little later, when talking about my progress, but, just with that in mind, I want to say first how much I appreciate everyone's kind and encouraging words. You guys really are a fantastic community, and reading all of those comments just really showed that even though I may feel alone or, like the world is against me, you guys are for me, which is really great, and it makes me feel fantastic. And just really treasure the relationships that I formed on YouTube with you guys. The internet makes for some interesting dynamics in the world of social interaction, and some of that's good, some of it's bad, but I would definitely say Flosstube is a good. So thank you so much for your encouraging words and helping me feel better. I believe that situation has kind of smoothed over and straightened out after it kind of came to a head, and I think things are good now as far as that thing goes. But as far as this video goes, I wanted to get something in before the end of September, so I'm literally doing it the last day of September, because I have some October plans I wanted to share with you and invite anyone else to join. I have a finish to show you. I have that finish, and then the one whip that I've been working on this month. I'm sorry that it's a little dark. Yeah, that's not any better. That's better. I'll put my head in front of the light. Those are the only things I have to show progress on. So I'll go ahead and show you my finish, and then go into my, I have that fabric that I was telling you about last time, the Stash Acquisitions. Thanks, Terracy, for that awesome, what are that called, a portmanteau? Where you combine words? I don't remember. It's one of those words that I've heard, and I think I know what it means, but I might be wrong. So, I'll show you my finish first, go into some Stash Acquisitions, and then talk about my plans for October, and kind of maybe the rest of the year, if that sounds good. Okay, so my finish, it doesn't look much different than you saw it last time because I only had to fill in the white, but I finished the Zapdos. So that's Zapdos. It's a Pokemon from the first generation of games, and it is one of 3 legendary birds. So these Pokemon can only be found once, and if you beat them in a battle without catching them, then that means they're gone forever if you save after beating them. This one is electric type, so you can kind of tell that by the yellow coloration and the spiky feathers. So its name is Zapdos. It's kind of clever of the Pokemon people. The first one is an ice type called Articuno. The second one is Zapdos. And then the third one is fire, and it's Moltres. So it's uno, dos, tres for the 3 legendary birds, you know. Kind of fun, and a little bit of trivia for those of you that don't know much about Pokemon. So I need to frame that up and send it down to Texas. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to giving that away. The only other whip that I made progress on this month is my John Deere pattern. Reminder, this is what it's going to look like. Only John Deere quality farm equipment used here. The Zapdos and the John Deere pattern I have been able to work on the train because when I'm home I've been working on the masks for where the wild things are. Like I showed you, you can see them all back here. And then there's even 3 more that are over here. But something else happened besides working on these costumes that disabled me from stitching and from getting work done on the costumes. I was hoping to have them all done by now, but I still have a few finishing touches to put on Max's wolf suit. which I'm hoping to maybe add a clip to this video or maybe to my next one so you guys can see that because it turned out really cute. But I actually, on this finger here, you can tell I can't straighten it, and it's a little swollen right here, and that's as far as I can bend it because I got bit by a cat. Not my cat, not Danny, don't worry. She's almost an angel all the time. But I got bit by a cat, and went to the urgent care right after for them to clean it off and get it cleaned up because cats have so much bacteria in their mouth that it's very easy for bite wounds and even scratches to get infected. So I went to the urgent care because he got me right here on my knuckle. You can see there's where the top tooth went in and there's where the bottom tooth went in right there. And I was hoping to nip it in the bud, get it cleaned out. However, the next day, my finger swelled up to the size of a hot dog. So this past weekend was spent at the urgent care getting 4 IV drips of antibiotics. And I'm just so grateful that it's almost looking normal and I can actually move it. So, stitching has been rough. I even tried doing like a little bit of left-handed stitching because that's not what I'm used to, and like it was okay, but I'm really excited once I get the costumes done and once this finger is back to normal, then I can get back into stitching more because I really do enjoy it. But I haven't gotten much progress because of that and because of the costumes. That was the kind of more drama that I was going to tell you about. But I did get some progress made on the John Deere pattern, so now you can see it actually says John Deere, and it has a deer on it. My sister's fiance's birthday was yesterday, so I didn't get it done. But I feel like late presents are a surprise in the mail, and they can always, it's always fun to get something in the mail, especially when you're not expecting it. It's fun to get birthday gifts, but it's also fun to get random surprise gifts. So what I have left is I need to finish this little block of green below the deer. That's where it's going to say in white, Quality Farm Equipment, and then used here at the bottom, and then fill in that whole little square with yellow. So I've still got quite a bit of work to go, but it's turning out, I think it's turning out nice. I think this tea-dyed linen, Irish linen I think it is, it's going to look really nice and kind of give it a vintage, like feed sack feel almost. Although why John Deere would be selling animal feed, I don't know. They probably wouldn't. But it's farmy, right? So that's my John Deere piece. It's coming along. And sadly, those are the only things I made progress on since my last video. Although, I think I put my last video up on the 10th? 12th. Because that was when my giveaway was over. So it's just been a few weeks. It hasn't even been a month. So I'm not going to feel too bad. And plus, I got all these masks done, which was pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. So I guess the next part is going to be stashquisitions, and mostly what I have to show you is fabric that I bought off of 123 Stitches clearance. So this is a Belfast linen 32 count called Dill by Picture This Plus. It's not as green as it's looking there. It's more of a goldy tan color. But I mean, dill would make sense if it was a little green. Kind of a mustard color, I guess. Not like a dark mustard. Yeah. Very pretty. I like how obvious the color variation is on there. So that's one. I got a 28 count Jobelin called Lazy River that is also really pretty. I like that a lot. So it's gray, like a bluish gray, and then that is on top of a light, just a lighter more creamy gray, I guess. Like a cool gray on top of a warm gray, I'll say that. So it's really pretty too. And then this is an 18 count Ada by Picture This Plus called Chalice. And I'm still very far behind on watching Flosstube videos. I believe I have 60 on my watch later list, but that is better than the 80 I had just a few days ago, so I'm making some progress. But Tracy is doing an angel pattern on a piece of Chalice, and she was trying to show off the color of it and had issues too. That's looking yellower than it is. It's actually a pretty perfect peach color. Which I don't know what I would ever stitch on peach, but again, it was Picture This Plus on sale, I gotta get it. So I'm sure I'll find something someday. Maybe one of the animal patterns or cat patterns from the 2 books I showed off last time would be good on that. This is another Picture This Plus fabric. It is a 28 count cashel linen by Picture This Plus, and it's called Splash. I was so excited to get this one because it is a bright blue. It's just so gorgeous, and yeah, I like it a lot. I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, but I like it a lot. I'll find something, I'm sure. And then the last piece of fabric I got with the intent to stitch a particular pattern on is this 32 count linen called Sun Shower, and it's a yellow. It's a real yellow, kind of a light buttery yellow, I guess. Very stiff. I think I showed them to you already. It was the Casey Buonagurio pink lemonade pattern. Yes, I think I showed it to you. Because I remember talking about how yummy that and the apple pie sampler. It was. I had 2 of those patterns. I think I showed them to you, but pink lemonade is on yellow linen, so I saw this on clearance and was like, oh, I might as well throw it in because it was only like $4 or $5. So yeah, I threw that in, and that way I'll have it when I want to start that. And who knows, maybe that won't be until Stitch Mania, if I decide to do Stitch Mania. I don't know yet. I'll have to see where I'm at in the world and in life. So those are my new fabrics that I got. I think I found some pretty ones. Because I've mentioned in the past that the part of my stash that part of other people's stash that I am so immensely jealous of is all of your beautiful fabrics. And someday I'd like to get into one of the fabric subscriptions, but I can't right now commit, that much for a piece of fabric each month, when I can shop clearance and get, those 4 or 5 pieces for $25. So, that's some new fabric. I'm excited to find things to work on, and in fact, I'm going to tell you I have in mind, and if you think one of them would maybe work better, please feel free in my October plans video to let me know. So Stash Quisitions, did I show you this yet? I don't remember. I pulled it out because I was like, oh, I can't remember if I showed it to them. This is a stocking kit. I was seeing everyone else's stockings and got a little jealous and was like, I need a stocking, because I don't have very many Christmas things. Now that I'm saying it, I think I have shown this to you. Anyway, it's called Decorated Kitties. It's an old Dimensions kit, vintage Dimensions kit, and it has those 3 beautiful cats. And it's actually a needlepoint kit. Little did I know when I ordered it. I looked at the listing and it did say it was a needlepoint kit, so it was my fault. But so it comes with this canvas instead of a fabric. But I'm going to convert it to cross stitch and stitch it on a fabric. I did tell you about this. Sorry, you get to hear about it again. This you do not know about yet, though, because this wasn't total impulse buy. This was me on Amazon trying to get one of those add-in things added to my order, and I had to like spend another $10 or $13, and I was like, oh, I don't really need anything. Maybe there's a cross stitch that I can buy. And this is actually only $12 or $13. And I'm actually very impressed. I'm kind of excited to have it. I don't have any plans to stitch it anytime soon, but it's a Bucilla Heirloom Collection piece. It's called Siberian Tiger. So, as you can see, it's this gorgeous tiger with the stripes and orange color on a blue background that has kind of snowy trees / mountains in it. And what I thought was really cool is it comes with a piece of blue even weave. So this is not Aida, it's even weave. How cool is that? I'm not sure, do the heirloom kits typically come on even weave? Because I guess they seem like a higher quality kit, and I love the way it's like tied up in a bow here. Is really pretty. Again, I don't have any plans to stitch this. I'd like to start my leopard before I start this, because I had plans and went through a lot of effort to kit that up, and this I just threw in my cart on Amazon. But who knows when that will happen. I was pretty impressed for only $12 to get this nice kit. I don't know why it was so cheap, but now I have it. It's mine. Okay, that's all of the stash acquisitions I got. I am now going to talk about my October plans. So tomorrow is October 1st. I'm so excited! I still don't know what I'm going to be for Halloween, but I'm going to figure something out. I really like the Max wolf suit that I made for Where the Wild Things Are, so I'm kind of thinking to make something similar would be pretty cute. Or I was talking with my birthday twin about maybe us making some masks and we could be like famous animal duos. Like, I think we were thinking about being Bugs and Daffy. I would be Bugs and he would be Daffy, but like one of my masks with the ears and nose and or like a gray dress with like a little white or something. I don't know. We've got time to think about it. Halloween's not until the 31st, of course. It always is, every year. So I've got a month to figure it out. And once this finger is better, then whatever I decide to make shouldn't be too bad. But October also brings some stitch-alongs. And I have planned 3 new starts tomorrow. Or I'd like to get 3 new starts in tomorrow. We'll see. The first one I'm going to share with you guys is one that I was supposed to share last time, and then I was feeling so terrible that I forgot. But Brian C. and I are going to be doing a Disney Dreams stitch-along for the whole month of October. He's starting The Little Mermaid. I'm going to start Peter Pan. Thanks again, EJ and Helga. I'm really excited to start this! I did get a few things done since you sent it to me, so I can start it feeling not guilty, especially since Brian and I are going to do it together. And so I want to invite all of you, whenever you get a chance to watch this video, whether that's tonight and you're like, I have a Disney Dreams I can start or work on tomorrow, or if it's like next week and you're like, oh, I didn't know this was going on, but sure, I'll work on mine. Feel free. Come join us. I think what we decided to call it is the Not So Scary Sal. You know, like Disneyland and Disney World have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Our Sal for the month of October is Not So Scary. So I'm really excited to get started on this tomorrow. I can't wait. This next piece is not a Sal. I misspoke. This is a birthday gift for my birthday twin's boyfriend, who loves Jiminy Cricket, and so I found this pattern on Etsy. I'm going to put it all the way back here. This is the pattern, but I don't have a picture. So it's just a Jiminy Cricket pattern, and I'm going to get started on that. It should end up being around like 3 by 5 inches or so on 18 count, so I'm hoping that it will be fast and I can get it done before his birthday in the middle of the month. And lastly, I have another new start that I hope to get in tomorrow for the Raven Queen, or what is it, Welcoming the Raven Queen Home Sal on Stitch Mania. So most people are doing the Raven Queen, but for those of us that didn't, you know, it's not that I dislike the pattern, but I'm just not interested in stitching it. We've been given permission to do other Halloween pieces or scary pieces or other mirabilias, and I decided, because it's one of the patterns that drew me to get this book in the first place, that I am going to, from the Carousel Horses in Cross Stitch book by Donna Cooler, I'm going to be doing Haunted October Nights. So I'm going to do the Halloween Carousel Horse. I love this pattern. I love the pumpkins at the bottom. I love this cat peeking out of a pumpkin. I don't know if you can tell. And the little kitty on top, and the witch on her broom, and the haunted house. It's just, I think it's going to be so fun getting each of those little, like, scenes done. So I'm really excited about that. It's funny, Jessie Marie made this post about how she's dividing the month of October for the Stitch Along, and she's so fun and creative when coming up with the backstories for the pieces she's stitching. So she was like, first week I'm going to be doing Persephone. You know, she said she'd be willing to come back from the underworld for the first week and help get things ready for Micheline, is that what your Raven Queen's name is? And then week 2 was another piece. I think it was a haunted house, because the queen's got to have a place to party and a place to settle. And so I posted in this out, I thought that the queen needed a noble steed so she can get around and get to know the neighborhood. So this is going to be the Raven Queen's horse. I'm really excited about that. So hopefully 3 new starts will happen tomorrow, and I'll be able to show them to you next time. The Jiminy Cricket, the Peter Pan piece. I guess no, Jiminy Cricket could technically be in the Not So Scary Sal, because it's not Disney Dreams, but it is Disney, I suppose. And then my Halloween Carousel Horse. I'm really excited. As far as November goes, we have the Friends Fall Food and Family Fall Friend Fun. I don't know, other words that start with F. Friends, Family, Fall, and Fun Stitch Along in Stitch Mania. And I was thinking about doing this one. We'll see if I want to do 2 Carousel Horses in, 2 months in a row. But that's a cute Thanksgiving horse. It says Happy Thanksgiving at the bottom. And I really like the colors. If you can't tell, there's a lot of like golds and oranges, and then there's purple grapes all up and down the columns, and that little scene of plenty up at the top is pretty cute. I'll have to decide if I keep the Pilgrim and Indian Native American bears up at the top, because I don't know. We'll see when I get there if I keep them. But yeah. So earlier I mentioned something that maybe you guys can help me with. I have 3 fabrics that I'm considering for these patterns. This is Murky that I got a little while ago. You've seen it on a lot of Flosstubers. It's a muddy brown, well, it's like muddy gray and tan color. Very murky. It's an aptly named fabric. So this is a 28 count. And then I have Dill that I showed you earlier. And I have Lazy River. So I was thinking for the Halloween horse to either do this Murky or this Lazy River. I thought it could look really cool on this gray, kind of stormy sky, but my thought was it's going to be harder to find something to stitch on Murky than it is on this. I could see a lot of projects being stitched on this piece of fabric. So I'm like, well, should I go for the Murky? And then as far as the Halloween piece goes, like, all of these horses are around the same size. I imagine that all of the squares are about the same stitch count. So then my concern is, I was going to do it on this Dill, But this is a 32 count, so there'll be different sizes, and I don't know if I want to... I sound like I'm whining, sorry. I don't know that I want them to be different sizes. So, I mean, maybe October could go on here. And Murky is kind of similar colors, but it's... I don't know that it's pretty enough for November. I mean, here's... I don't want to bend the book back, but here's November. And here's a Murky. I think the colors would pop on it, but it's just... You know, this is prettier. I don't know. I have to think about it, I guess. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm definitely open to listening to them. I'll have to see if I have any other 28 count things in my stash, because this is stitched on just a cream colored linen and it looks nice. So maybe I'll have a 28 cream count or cream colored thing in there I can do. And I guess I'll pull this out just to show de-stitcher. So I've not gotten much stitching done in general, but I haven't been able to work on my Sing a Sampler that much, but I did get like a few more stitches in since last time, so sadly that's where I am on that. But I'm hoping sometime soon I can like maybe give this project a night and get some good progress on that doe a deer square. Yeah, I believe that is all I wanted to share with you guys. Like I said before, if you want to join me in Brian's Not So Scary Sal for the month of October, you are welcome to join in with your own Disney Dreams piece, or I'm going to open it. I don't think Brian would have a problem with it, but I'm going to open it to any Disney piece. I think he said that on his channel, that it could be any. So, yeah, that's it. Doing much better, even though I got bit by a cat and had a hot dog finger. Oh, it was awful, guys. I didn't know that fingers could get that big. And I had never had an IV before this past weekend, and then I had 4. I was an expert by the end of it. Let me show you my masks real quick while I'm filming. Hopefully you guys won't mind. So I only had 4 done last time, and I have 6 new ones to show you. 1, 2, 3, this guy. This one. 1 second. I know I'm leaving. Ugh. Okay, so there are 10 total, and I'll go in the order I made them, I guess. So, yeah, okay. This one is, I don't know who all is familiar with the book or not, but this one, sorry Danny, she was sleeping there that whole time and she jumped off because I woke her up. There's one wild thing that has kind of long red hair, and I was trying to figure out a way to, interpret that in mask form, so I just took the fur fabric and cut it into strips, so it kind of looks like long hair. So that's one. It would be fun to kind of wave that hair all around. So that's one, new one. This is another one from the book. And it's got a really cool rhino looking nose. Oh, looks so worried. Oh. Looks so sad. But they all kind of have different expressions. Some of them look angry in the book, some of them look sad. And this one actually turned out to be one of my favorites that I made. And this is the goat one. I love the big, reminds me of Loki, the big horns. And then I just think the nose turned out really nice on this one, and the ears. I gave him a little tuft of fur up here. And then this fur is a little more woolly, like a sheep. I don't know, I like it a lot. I think this one actually might be my favorite that I made. I like that one a lot. And then, with those, I had finished up all of the original canon where the wild things are, or all the original canon wild things. So I had to make up 3 on my own. So, of course, if Brittany is making up a wild thing, one of them is going to be a cat. So, this is my cat wild thing. And granted, sorry, my bangs are in my face. It is pretty pure cat to be a wild thing, but I like to imagine that he has, like, reptile bird hands and, you know, like, webbed feet or something. Because all of the wild things have such interesting combinations of animal characteristics. So, he wouldn't be all cat. But his face is very cattish. So that's my cat. Like, you could wear this on Halloween and just be a black cat, you know? So there's number 7. No, number 8. This one I made with the intent of using this red fur, because only one of the other wild things had used it, and so it's kind of a foxy looking guy. I wanted him to kind of have that non-impressed look, like, are you serious? Really? And so he's got a big muzzle and then just 2 horns. So yeah, there's that guy. And then the last one, I wanted to use some of the feathers that I had bought for the other bird. And I made one more bird, and I wanted it to be different enough. I hadn't used this green fur I had yet, and I wanted to use the green fur, and so this bird is kind of a, I don't know, just a birdie looking guy with a straight, more of a straight beak. The other one had a big curved beak, and then kind of the parrot white around the eyes with the dots. He also looks a little irritated. I think he's like a little snooty, you know. So, yeah, those are the masks. I finished them all. I'm so excited. They start dress rehearsals next week, so I need to finish up Max's wolf suit and get it shipped out. These are all going to Tennessee. How cool is that? And, yeah. Hopefully I'll add on a little something with the wolf suit in it. I need to add some Velcro so it'll shut, and then I think it's in a good enough position that I can get some quick video of it and show you guys, because I'm really proud of it. Hopefully you don't mind seeing this kind of thing. I don't know how often in the future I'll be doing costume work, but if that's something you're still interested in seeing, I will continue to share it, but I'll try and maybe put it at the end of the video, so if there's people who don't care to see it, they don't have to. But yeah, I think that's it. So, have you enjoyed watching me talk to you in this bird mask for the last 2 minutes? It's been kind of fun for me. But yeah, that's all! I'm in a much better mood. Thank you for all your kind wishes, and thanks as always for the comments and subscriptions and all of that wonderful love that I feel from all of you. And I'm still catching up on Flosstube, and I'm trying to comment on each video I watch, so if you haven't gotten a comment from me in a while, or if I have never commented on your videos and you have them, say in your comment, say, hey, Brittany, I don't know that you've seen my videos, or you don't comment on my videos. Do you hate me? I don't hate anyone, but probably I haven't watched your videos yet. I try back when I was caught up with Flosstube, I always tried to keep an eye on what was uploaded like within the last week of Flosstube every week, but unfortunately I've just been so busy dealing with this and the drama I had last week and these masks and getting all of that stuff ready to go to the school. So I'm hoping to get caught up, and I would love to find some new Flosstubers to watch. So if you make videos and I haven't commented on your videos yet, that means I haven't seen them. So yeah, share if you feel like I haven't seen your videos. I'd love to watch them. And until next time I will have several new starts to show you, so I'm really excited about that. I only have a day to decide which fabric to use for my horse, though, so I think I'm going to do this one. I just feel like in my gut it's going to look best on this one. And then Murky will find some use in the future. I mean, that's what Stash is for, right? Anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful first day of October tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's fall. And I hope everyone gets some good stitchy progress and maybe some spooky progress made. I'm so excited to see all the Halloween projects because I love Halloween, if you can't tell. And that's it. I thought this video was going to be a short one, but it's already getting close to 40 minutes. So with Max, it's probably going to be 40 minutes. So enjoy. And until next time, goodbye. I told you I'd be back, Flosstube. This is my Max suit. I was talking with the director, and she decided that because she was worried about it being too hot for the kid on stage, which I understand, this is made out of fake fur, we turned it into a hoodie, and then there's leg warmers with feet at the bottom. So this is the hoodie. I lied, I didn't get the Velcro on yet, but the Velcro is going to go, it's a little tight on me because it's for a child, but it'll go like that, and it goes down about to here. And it has these hands, which are not quite gloves because I was a little worried about the kid being able to like pick things up, and for safety reasons I wanted him to still be able to like move the fingers. But you know, if an emergency arose where he needed to pick something up or you know, stop himself with his hands, he would still be able to do that. So rather than have the full fur gloves. So yeah, it's a hoodie. So this is a hood. I have pipe cleaners for the whiskers and made these ears. I patterned this whole thing myself. I'm actually very proud. And then on the back has a tail. Yay! So tail has really nice movement if you sway side to side. I know this is not the ideal. I wish you could see the whole full body thing, but this is the tail. And like I said, I really like this, and this would kind of be a fun and, I mean, not easy to make, but easy to wear Halloween costume, especially if it's cold out, because then you wouldn't have to worry about being warm or wearing stuff over your real costume, because this will keep you warm enough. As far as the feet go, they are leg warmers with little toes on them that, again, for safety reason, just go over the shoe. What is it? I think the famous Max pose is him going like this, where he's like stomping and growling at the same time. So anyway, that's my Max suit. Almost finished. I have to sew the lining to the sleeves down here. I have to hand sew it because the thing is too small. With the fur, because the fur doesn't have any stretch, it's too small to fit over even the sleeve adjustment on my sewing machine. So I have to sew that, and then I have to get the Velcro on. But then I'm done, and I should be able to get these shipped out for their show next week. I'm excited. I hope I get pictures. But like I said, it's lined. The leg warmers are lined too, because the inside of faux fur can be a little itchy. I lined the whole thing with a very soft, comfy kind of t-shirt jersey fabric, and it has this pattern to it. It's a striped pattern, and part of it is lighter, so like it's not even a solid fabric all the way. So I was trying to keep, you know, the heat in mind as far as that goes. So I'm hoping it won't be too hot for them on stage. Yeah, that's my Max suit. I'm very excited about how it turned out, and how it's turning out so far. It's really cute. It's, you know, quite a big piece here. And then, yeah, fully lined. I remembered something else I want to ask you. So this is even longer than 40 minutes. We'll see if I hit 45. I noticed from various tags and things that there's a lot of Stephen King fans here. If you are also a Stephen King fan, I love reading Stephen King novels. I would love to hear which ones are your favorite, because I haven't read them all, and I'm interested in picking up. I just listened to the It audiobook. I have The Stand. I've read The Stand several times, but I have The Stand ready to listen to while I stitch and while I work. So I also am kind of contemplating a Stephen King stitch-along, like a mystery stitch-along next year. I've looked through his books, and I have found about 8 or so that I feel would, for this idea in my head, I feel would maybe go well with this design aesthetic I'm thinking of. And I was thinking maybe releasing one a month, each month for 8 months. That would get you through August and give you 2 months to finish it before Halloween. But I have this really cool idea. It would be a free stitch along because I don't want to have to worry about copyright infringement with the characters and the scenarios. But if that is something like, if you're not just, oh yeah, I've read a couple of Stephen King novels, but if you're like, yeah, I love Stephen King movies and Stephen King books, and that is something you might be interested in, also put that in the comment, because I don't know if I'll go through the effort if it's just for me. I think it's going to be a really cool idea, the way I'm thinking about it, but again, it'll be a lot of effort to design it and everything. And just really quickly, because I was telling you about my other painting last time, I went to a class at my new job, so I wasn't teaching this one, but I made this one. It's really pretty. It's called Japanese Moon Garden, and I added the dragon. So the original painting was just the moon, so like that's pretty in and of itself, but of course I had to be different, and I added an oriental dragon there. So, yeah, and by the way, this is the rest of my room. That little corner that you always see in my videos is this way, and you can actually see, this is so sad, you can actually see the door into my room over here, and that wall is pretty much my room. That's New York City, but I've made it cozy, as you can tell. I have too much stuff, actually. So yeah, that's my room, and those are all my critters and 2 of my fish and some other things, some succulents and plants and things. My water dragon finish over there on the wall, and a dinosaur painting I did back here. That's like a raptor skeleton. And 2 more fish up on the dresser there. So that's my room. And that was my Max suit, and this time I'm saying goodbye for real.